I mean, as our audience knows, the stock is down almost 90% from the highs around 130 they reached shortly after going public in 2021. It is up about 5% this year. I mean, why not take a chance here, Gina?
Well, the thing with RIVN is this is an $80,000 ticket item. So this is an item that you have to really want to buy. Right now, we are going into a slowdown. There's no question that at least consumers are starting to think twice about making these really big ticket purchases. And they're going up against, you know, the Ford F-150. And they're oddly targeting consumers that are new to EV ownership and new to truck ownership. That just seems like a really small market and one that's going to be shrinking if spending $80,000 is something you have to think twice about.
But they've got the SUV also, right? I mean, I don't know.
You have the SUV. I'm going to counter Gina with this.
I like this. It needs to be a recurring thing
Amazon.
here.
Amazon is an investor. Amazon has 100,000 of the electric delivery vans on order, which they are making right now. And I'll also counter with this. I'm not saying that Rivian is going to be off to the races today. We may see this stock languishing where it's at for all the reasons that Gina has pointed out, near term. But longer term, they've got a blueprint and a game plan that's laid out, and R.J. Scaringe is the real deal. It's not like you're dealing with a CEO who people are going to look at and say, I don't know,
what were we thinking?
Is this guy legit? He's legit. And I think that they will eventually find the right market for their vehicles. Now, will it happen after they come up with the next generation of vehicles, the ones that are going to be built in Georgia? That may be the case. It may be a tough market right now for the R1T, certainly at that price point. There's no arguing about that. But I do not look at these guys and say, no way, these guys are going to wash out.
Would there be a stock price, Gina, or an earnings trajectory that would make you change your mind?
Look, I think that first, I agree with Phil, by the way, on CEO versus CEO, no question. But yes, there's always a price where companies like this are attractive. The problem I have with Rivian is simply that they're not taking signals from the market right now. Most EV dealers are bringing down their prices. They're bringing down their prices for a very real reason, several just to ensure that buyers are getting the appropriate tax credits. And so that demand is going to help, and they are not. Now, whether or not they can weather that and it's going to be fine, I could be wrong, and I admit that. But I will say that right now the company is digging itself into a hole that it's going to have to dig itself out of. And do you really want to have to sort of start 4 feet into the ground?
All right. Sanchez v. LeBeau, you know, SCOTUS. It's great stuff, guys. We appreciate both of you joining us today. Gina Sanchez, 3 buys and a bail. Phil LeBeau, always great to have you here as well. Coming up, rising